meeting and who will be in attendance.
Talking about how African countries can stop relying to a large extent on...
We are definitely seeing a lot of deeply political films, either directly treating a political issue or with a political subtext. Don't miss the live special report between Capital Television and Doswell Television at 9:30 p.m.
In Capital News tonight, 5 people killed and 14 others injured in a commuter bus, a lorry collision at Temeke, Dar es Salaam. Presidential candidates in Zanzibar and Tanzania mainland continue with election campaigns. And in sports, the Ngome boxing team has continued with training in preparation for several competitions starting this November. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. 5 people have died and 14 others injured in an accident that involved a passenger bus from Temeke heading to Mwimbili that was hit on the side by a lorry when the bus driver was trying to cross a red light at the Changombe Mandela Junction in Dar es Salaam in the early hours of the morning.
Kwa kweli ni hali ya kusikitisha ambayo imetokana na kutokuwa makini, na ajali ile imetokea saa 9:50 alfajiri, na kwa hali ilivyo pale majeruhi wako 10 na waabiria waliofariki pale ni 5 pale kwenye tukio.
Taarifa kwanza kupokea majeruhi kwenye saa 10:11 hivi tulipokea majeruhi, na majeruhi walikuwepo wengi, ila katika hali zao kuna wengine walikuja tayari wameshafariki.
Katika maeneo ya Serengeti kulikuwa na taa pale. Taa zilikuwa zinavuta sio za upande wetu. Zilikuwa zinavuta taa za upande kutokea Tazara kwenda Kurasini.
The Civic United Front CUF presidential candidate Professor Ibrahim Lipumba has said that if Tanzanians elect him as president of the United Republic of Tanzania, he will revive textile industries through the cotton crop so that youth in Mwanza can get employment, increase financial circulation and grow the economy.
Ndugu zangu, naomba kura zenu tuweze kuweka mkakati maalum, tuongeze uzalishaji wa pamba, tupate pamba ya kutosha, tuanzishe viwanda vya kutengeneza nguo, tuanzishe viwanda vya kutengeneza mavazi, vijana wetu wapate ajira.
CCM Zanzibar's presidential candidate Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi has pledged to various religious leaders that if his government enters into office, it will meet with all denominations in Zanzibar and resolve their problems, including land and building issues, as well as stop religious discrimination.
Yanaonyesha wazi kwamba kuna baadhi ya mali zenu hazijarasimishwa kwenu.
Some of your property has not been formalized, and some of you are asking to be allocated land for community activities, and some of you are asking for historical buildings to be returned to you. All this falls under property formalization, so it is important that we meet. As a leader, once I'm successful, I have a responsibility to every community, so I must meet each separately because each one has its own set of challenges and needs. We are requesting that if it is possible, we are allocated a plot of land for Aga Khan Hospital. Recently, a very big hospital was built in Mwanza, so why can't Unguja be the next? So Unguja and Pemba can benefit.
Kwa tumejaribu kuzuia sana, tumetia mlango mpya, tumetia sengenge, tumetia umeme.
When they tried to stop them, people from the government came and told us to let them exercise. This is a graveyard for burial.
With 23 days left until the general elections, the National Electoral Commission (NEC) has threatened to remove candidates of various leadership positions using provocative language that is aimed at disrupting peace as campaigns continue.
There were fundamental reasons why they were not reinstated, but it has become now because of the few. The Commission is blamed in every corner, but these were referrals of which more than 75% were successful. You find that a meeting is on from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., which is hard for someone with albinism to attend. You find that the politician is sitting under a shade, but those listening are exposed to the sun. Regarding people with albinism, it is a good observation. This is why we've said that any disabled person of any kind, once they get to a polling station, they must be attended to quickly and leave so they can go back home. So during campaigning, as the Electoral Commission, we don't regulate the campaign. We don't have a say on how the campaign is supposed to take place. We issue timetable and receive complaints. But regarding where they are supposed to put disabled people of any kind, we don't interfere.
The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Magufuli, today at State House in Dar es Salaam, received credentials from 3 ambassadors appointed to represent their countries in Tanzania.
Mr. President, it's a pleasure to be here. We smile what happened in this. The regime of the Thank you very much for seeing this.
May I present to you on behalf of Dr. Pasquale, President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, the letter of my presence with the High Commissioner of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan to the United Republic of Tanzania.
Mr. President, Excellency, I have the honor to request that you accept, together with the letter of recall of my decision, the letter accrediting me as the Swiss ambassador to the United Republic of Tanzania.
Tanzania Research Institute TARI has again given improved quality bean seeds to the family of Maria Nyerere in Butiama, Mara region, with Lake Zone regions reported to be facing challenges in technology for better quality seeds, a situation that has caused farmers to fail to get sufficient harvests.
I also cultivate beans, so they promised that they would bring me better seeds. Today I'm grateful that they have come. We have brought a particular seed that produces high yield and is also popular in the market, so that Mama's Shamba and that of Honorable Madaraka can use. I asked the people of Butiama to use the seeds we brought them because they are very useful.
In celebrating Teachers' Day in the country, President John Magufuli has reassured teachers and told them to disregard the announcement made online involving removal of teaching certificates from the curriculum.
We value them just like we value other teachers. Teachers, we are together, and I wish you a very good day. They must be patriotic and apply wisdom, but observe rules and regulations, especially when they are dealing with discipline-related issues. I urge parents must understand that without teachers, our children will achieve nothing. We must look how a teacher is involved in education matters.
And the Commissioner General of the Fire Brigade Force, John Masunga, has directed boarding school owners in the country to inspect and conduct various renovations, including electricity at the schools, so as to avoid fires that have been occurring in various parts of the country.
Sisi kama jeshi la zimamoto tunatoa wito kwa wamiliki wa shule zote na hasa za bweni ambako matukio haya yamekuwa yakitokea, ni kwamba wahakikishe shule zao zimefanyiwa ukaguzi wa tahadhari na kinga ya moto. Lakini pia naomba nifafanue kuwa serikali imeshatoa maelekezo kwa jeshi la zimamoto tufanye ukaguzi wa shule zote na hasa za bweni, kuangalia mifumo pamoja na tahadhari zingine za moto.
That's all for the national news. International news is next. In international news, long-distance lorry drivers at Malaba border between Kenya and Uganda have accused the ministries of health from both countries of turning COVID-19 into a business issue after the drivers were required to pay $65 to get tested before continuing with their trips.
They want to test the drivers. They don't want the free one, but the one you pay so they benefit. This is October. We now spend 5 days to get to the border.
The Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai in Kenya, has ordered for the arrest of Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro and his Kandara counterpart Alice Wahome over violence witnessed at Kenol in Murang'a County on Sunday. In the incidents, 2 people were killed and several others sustained serious injuries.
We are waiting for an apology from you, Inspector General Mutyambai. Wacha kututisha hapa ukituita huko Murang'a, huko Nyeri. Namna gani wewe bwana? You better go back to school with your police officers. If you do not have the people who came here to disrupt a function that is presided over by the Deputy President.
I am busy making roads in Kiharu, putting tires in classrooms. I have no time to come and record statements. You know the owners of violence, go for them. Na nyinyi wenyewe mujishike, juu pesa ilitoka kwenu. Lakini mjumbe wa Kiharu, kujeni munishike. I am not coming to any office.
Rwanda's defense forces revealed 19 fighters from the Red Tabara rebel group who were arrested on the 29th of September this year after they entered the country when fleeing from Burundi during clashes with Burundi forces. And that is all for the international news. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production. Infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back and now in business news. Turnover at the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange in the third quarter increased from 13.3 billion to 35.5 billion shillings compared to the second quarter of 2020, whereby the value of government bonds also increased.
In the third quarter, the response is positive from internal and external investors, hence the increase.
Capital Markets and Securities Authority CMSA has launched the Investors Week, which provides investors and the public benefit from investment opportunities. However, the authority has cautioned investors to make sure they look for opportunities which have been certified.
Training on investment and capital markets enable the general public not to participate in illegal investment opportunities, of which recently there has been an increase. I urge investors to be careful of opportunities advertised over the internet.
Mobile phone company Tigo has launched Customer Service Week, whereby the company will provide customers with information on various services, including bundles.
To inform our customers about services provided, we commend our customers who have stayed with us. We're well prepared to give a good service for customer satisfaction.
That's all for business news. Sports is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Position, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And now in sports. The Ngome boxing team is trained with the national team as part of preparations for several competitions starting this November.
The Champion of Champions competition will bring several countries. There's Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. All the countries from Eastern, Central, and South Africa. This will take place in December. I am not sure which city it will take place from, but preparations have to start early.
And Tiwa Sugar has said it plans to build a sports center in Morogoro to avoid shifting from one stadium to another.
We are building a good stadium. I believe starting next week we will start cleaning the place up, ready for construction of a new stadium. The current ground is 5 kilometers from people's settlements. Now we want to build a soccer stadium that will be closer.
Jimmy Butler finished with 40 points, 11 rebounds and 13 assists, and the Heat beat the Los Angeles Lakers 115-104 to get within 2-1, doing so with starters Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic still unable to play because of injury.
40-point triple-double in finals history. Butler was 14 for 20 from the field, and after the Heat surrendered a double-digit lead early in the fourth, he made sure this one wouldn't get away. James had 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists for the Lakers, while Kyle Kuzman and Markieff Morris each had 19 points off the bench.
Manchester United have agreed a deal to sign 18-year-old Atalanta winger Ahmad Traore for €30 million plus add-ons.
Youngster was on his way to Parma on loan. The club had announced the transfer of their social media channels before United made their move early on deadline day. The Ivorian winger, who scored on his Serie A debut last season, is set to join United in January with a work permit pending. He has been on the bench for Atlanta's 3 Serie A games this season. United are expected to complete deals for the forward Edison Cavani, who's a free agent, and the Porto left-back Alex Telles.
Arsenal have made a dramatic late move to meet the release clause of Atletico Madrid's Thomas Partey, who could now join in a £45 million deal before the close of the transfer window. Here's more.
Wanted by Arsenal for several years and was, along with Lyon's Houssem Aouar, Mikel Arteta's top target. The club have been struggling to secure either player, with funds at a premium, but are understood to have expressed an intention to meet the fee for Partey, and if all goes to plan, a medical could take place in Madrid on Monday evening. Should the other hurdles be crossed, it is understood personal terms will be a formality.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you the bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.